Hi guys, my name is Karen Boyer and welcome to my kitchen. So for today's workshop, we're going to be learning how to make scone dogs and fry bread. So we'll get started. Some of the prep stuff that I've done ahead of time is I cooked my hot dogs already, so they're cooling off and ready to be wrapped. So we're going to start off by putting oil in the pan. So you want a deeper pan to fry in. You're gonna fill it probably almost halfway full. I don't know if you can see this. So that should be good there. Actually, I'll put a little bit more. So we'll turn that on. I would say start it at 7 just to heat it up before you get started. So for next steps, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add flour. So for about 8 hot dogs, I'm gonna put 4 cups of flour in a bowl. And then once you have that in, what we're gonna do is you're gonna need baking powder. And for every cup of flour that you put in 1 heaping tablespoon of baking powder. So I put 4 cups, so I'm gonna put 4 heaping spoons in. And add a little bit more. And then after you do that, the trick is you really have to mix the dry ingredients really well together first. Some people will put salt in it. Some people will put a little bit of sugar just to sweeten it up. It's up to you if you want to do that. So again, the trick is mixing it really, really well. So we're going to do this for a few minutes. Just mix it. So after we mix it really well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of make a little valley, I guess, or hole in the middle and have all the flour around the outside. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna add hot water. I would say start off with about 3 cups of hot water to your 4 cups of flour. And make sure it's hot, because when it's hot, it goes into the grease and it cooks better that way. So here's 2 cups of hot water in the middle. Then I'm gonna have about a cup on the side just to mix in after. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go around your bowl and kind of pull in the outside so you get that flour wet. So you do that until all the flour soaks up the water. And then after it looks like this, it's still really floury. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some more water in. So that other cup of hot water, you add it in. Mix some more. So you get a little bit of a workout here when you're mixing. So I'll show you what it looks like now. So it should be at like that consistency. And we're almost ready to wrap the dogs. So what you're gonna do next is I would grab a plate. You can do it on the counter, but it's messy. So I would grab a plate and just put some flour on it. See, like that. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna scoop about that much, like a spoonful, into the flour. Kind of roll it around in there a little bit. I think I got too much flour here, so I'm gonna move some over. I'm gonna tilt this camera down so you can see what I'm doing. So again, just flip it around so it gets easier to work with. And you're gonna put the dog in the middle and then just wrap it. I think we might have to wait a few minutes for the oil to heat. Oh no, it's pretty good. Let me try I'll try a little piece of dough and see how it goes. Oh yeah, it's ready. So I'll go ahead and I'll put the Scone dog on. And scoop up some more. Turn this down probably to about 5 because it's heated up pretty good. And if you're having trouble making it stick together, kind of roll it around the flour a little bit. That'll help make it stick better. See? Go ahead and put that on. Then I'll show you just for fry bread because it's the same recipe. You're just not putting the hot dog in. So what you're gonna do is move it around the flour a little bit. Kind of pat off the extra flour that's on it. And put it in. And you can see with the fry bread, it kind of, it'll bubble up as it cooks. Trying to get it down a little bit more. So you can see they're frying. They'll turn a little bit of golden brown at the bottom, and that's when you want to turn them over. Something about grease when it's frying like that, it's satisfying. That sound. So you can see a little bit in the fry bread, it's kind of bubbling up, so take a knife and kind of stab it to make sure it cooks all the way through when you flip it. This guy, I think, is ready to be flipped. If I could flip it. As you can see, they're nice and brown. So you're gonna flip them, let them cook a few minutes, and then pull them off. Usually when I pull them off, I have a pan with like paper towel or napkins in it, just to kind of soak up that grease, so you're not stuck with a greasy bread. So let's give these a few minutes. I'm just getting some other scone dogs ready to go in after I pull these guys out. So these guys should be good. We'll pull them out. See? It's a little bit light still. I'll let that one cook. Those are fry bread. I'll flip this guy over here. He's a little bit lighter too. coat these guys. They're nice and brown. I guess while these are cooking, I'll show you one more time how to wrap a dog just in case you're kind of struggling with it. So again, you have flour on your plate. Scoop a spoon on, kind of flip it around, and then flatten it. Add your Scone dog in, and kind of just fold it over. You can roll it around a little bit just to make sure the parts stick together. Just kind of squeeze it just to make sure all the dough is around the hot dog. And that guy's ready to go on. So just keep going until your Scone dogs are done, and that's how you do it, guys. Miigwech for having me on and participating in the workshop, and I hope you mastered Scone dog making, fry bread making. Bama.